pick again, please. These raised bars on the neck of a guitar help make the sounds of different notes. Here's the correct response. Frets. You again, player one. Gridiron stars Peyton and Eli. Okay, player one. Right. Player one, back to you. Music makers Branford and Winton. The correct response is Marsalis. Player one, back to you. Actresses Meg and Jennifer. Yes, player one? No, sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's what we were looking for. Tilly. Player one, you pick again, please. Filmmakers Joel and Ethan. Okay, player three? Nope. Sorry. Anyone else? Here's the correct response. Cohen. Player one, back to you for our next song. Figure skaters Sarah and Emily. Player two. Right. Player two, you start. Jesus grew up in this town in the southern part of Galilee. Okay, player one. Nope. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? It's player three. That's not it. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Okay, player two. Yes. Select again. He said a nation half slave and half free can't exist. I say he's wrong. I'm Stephen Douglas, and I approved this message. Player three? Yeah! You got it. Where do we begin, player three? In July, you can sun yourself on this island and attend its Reggae Sunfest. Yes, player one? Whoa! That's it. Player one, you start us off. The name of this Spanish dance form is Spanish for a type of pink bird. Let's hear it, player one. That's correct. Great, you're back into it now. Please pick again, player one. One of the principal offensive players on a soccer or hockey team. Player one? That is correct. Player one, choose again. To apply nitrogen to the soil to aid plant growth. The correct response is fertilize. We return to you, player one. In Asia, use a gu if you want to measure a cup of this for an electric cooker. Let's hear it, player one. Anyone else? Here's what we wanted. Rice. Select again. Of about 30, 50, or 100 inches a year, the Earth's average annual amount of precipitation. Yes, player two. No, sorry. Any other takers? Yes, player three. Right.
Yeah! Woo!
Player three, where do we start? In Luke, this angel told Zacharias that his wife Elizabeth would bear a son, and thou shalt call him John. Here's the correct response. Gabriel. Player three, pick again. So what if he's the first West Point grad president? Some say he drinks. You decide. I'm Horace Greeley, and I approve this message. Let's hear it, player three. Correct. You're out of the hole. Player three, back to you for our next selection. The book of John records him as saying, "Except I shall see in his hands the print of the nails, I will not believe." Yes, player three? Yep. Please pick again, player three. Jesus was referring to this fisherman when he said, "Upon this rock I will build my church." We're talking about Peter. You again, player three. Take a nibble if you want 4 of these binary units of computer code. Yes, player one?
Oh!
Nope. Sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's what we were looking for. Bit. You again, player three. This unit equals 4 inches when measuring an equus caballos. Here's the correct response. Hand. Player three, pick again. Dating back to the 6th century, Église Saint-Germain-des-Prés may be the oldest one of these buildings in Paris. Player one?
Yeah!
That is correct. Okay, let's get back into this. Player one, Nellis Air Force Base has 70,000 solar panels, which produce 15 of these units, 25% of the base's summer power. Yes, player three? No, that's not right. Any other takers? Let's hear it, player one. No, that's not right. Any other takers? Yes, player 2. Good. All right, let's get back into this. Player 2 has control. Kelly?
You might think twice about traveling to Réunion Island in this ocean. It's home to Piton de la Fournaise, one of the world's most active volcanoes.
It's player 1. Ooh, sorry. That's incorrect. Anyone else? Yes, player 3? Right. Great, you're back into it now. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 3, you make the next selection as well. Yapese and Ulithian are spoken there too, but shoppers should know this official language of commerce in Micronesia. We're talking about English. Player 3, back to you. Don't miss Russia's Winter Palace if you go for this opulent style that preceded Rococo. Here's what we wanted. Baroque. You get to pick again, player 3. On the road to Damascus, this future epistle writer was asked by Jesus, "Why persecutest thou me?" The correct response is Paul. You again, player 3. In 1814, this general had a pirate, Jean Lafitte, help him in New Orleans. What's next? I'm John Quincy Adams, and I approved this message. Here's the correct response. Andrew Jackson. Select again. You elect him? I say in 7 months the economy will be in shambles. I'm Al Smith, and I approved this message. Player 1? No, that's not right. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Player 3? No. Any other takers? Player 2? Yes. Here's the $1,000 clue for you. Answer? The Daily Double. You are in the lead right now. How much? And the clue. Alex Hamilton wants him to be president. Them's fighting words. I'm Aaron Burr, and I approved this message. You have maintained your lead. Way to go. Player 1 is in 3rd place, and we'll select first in the Double Jeopardy round, as we always do, right after this break. Categories for the Double Jeopardy round are Anatomy and Medicine, South American Countries, The Silent Screen, Medieval Europe, Characters in Literature, and Spelling with Element Symbols. Player 1, make a selection, please, as we continue. It's a network of nerves, like the solar one. Let's hear it, Player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else? Player 2. That's correct. A lot of clues, a lot of categories. Player 2. Make a Nephrology is a medical specialty concerned with these organs. Here's the correct response. The kidneys. It's also called the auditory tube, and when it's blocked, an earache can result. Okay, player 1. That's right. Way to go. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 1, you make the next selection. From the Greek for bad mold, it's an abnormal growth of tissue or bone. Dogs get it in their hips. Player 1. Yes, you've got some money again. Player 1, choose again. These 5 bones make up the palm of the hand. Let's hear it, player 1.
Yeah!
That's correct. We return to you, player 1. This South American country was named for a man born in 1451 in Genoa. Let's hear it, player 1. Correct. Player 1, pick again. Helium, aluminum. Yes, player 1? That's correct. Select again. Neon, argon. Yes, player 1? That is correct. Player 1, pick again. Copper, phosphorus. Player 3? Correct. And you're back into some money. Player 3, make a selection, please, as we continue. Tin, oxygen, boron. Here's what we wanted. Snob. Player 3, choose again. Montevideo is its largest city. It's player 3. You are correct. Player 3, back to you. Answer. The first of the 2 daily doubles. Player 3, you're in last place, but here's an opportunity to Player 3 and the daily double clue. This country's almost 4,000-mile coastline is the longest of any in South America on the Pacific Ocean. Nope. Sorry. We're talking about Chile. Player 3, you pick again, please. Hydrogen, silver. Player 3? Good. Player 3, back to you for our next selection. It's the South American country whose capital city lies the closest to 0 degrees latitude. Here's the response we were looking for. Ecuador. You again, player 3. Here's Jimmy. He'll show you.
This country's Bahia mangrove ecoregion extends from Reconcavo to Todos os Santos Bay.
Let's hear it, player 3.
Yeah!
Player 3, back to you for our next selection. In Son of the Sheik, he played the title role as well as the character's father. Okay, player 3. No. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Okay, player 1. Hey, you're right. Player 1, start us. Here's Kelly.
Bodiam Castle in Sussex was built during the 100 Years' War to defend England from this foe.
Let's hear it, player 1. Nope. Sorry. Any other takers? Here's the correct response. France. Player 1, you pick again, please. St. Augustine established himself in this city as the first Archbishop of the English Church. Here's the response we were looking for. Canterbury. Please pick again, player 1. This treacherous pirate in Treasure Island has a pet parrot named Captain Flint. Player 3? No, that's not right. Any other takers? It's player 1. Player 1, choose again. A gray spider named Charlotte brings about a series of miracles to keep this pig from the butcher's knife. Okay, player 1. Good. Player 1, pick again. Here's Sarah. She'll show you.
The traditional masks of comedy and tragedy were used by characters in ancient Greek drama. They're thought to have represented the twin sides of this god of wine and revelry.
The correct response is Dionysius. Player 1, choose again. Tom Sawyer saw him murder Dr. Robinson in the cemetery and testified against him in court. Okay, player 2. That is correct. Player 2, start us. This E.L. Doctorow title character joins Dutch Schultz's gang as a 15-year-old in 1930s New York City. Here's the correct response. Billy Bathgate. We return to you, player 2. In the 1177 Peace of Venice, Frederick I, nicknamed this for his red beard, acknowledged Alexander III as Pope. Here's what we wanted. Barbarossa. You get to pick again, player 2. We're in love with the medieval French literary work called This of the Rose. Player 2. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Let's hear it, Player 1. That's correct. Player 1, make a selection, please. This dynasty of Frankish kings ruled France from 751 to 987. Let's hear it, Player 2. Nope. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Let's hear it, Player 3. Correct. Player 3, make a selection, please, as we continue. In 1920, at the age of 27, this actress, known as America's Sweetheart, played a girl of 12 in Pollyanna. Yes, Player 1? Yeah, good. All right, let's get back into this. Gary Cooper had a small role as a cadet in this first Best Picture winner about two flyers in love with the same girl. Okay, Player 2. You are correct. Player 2, you start us off. In 1927's It, she played Betty Lou Spence, a department store salesgirl with designs on her boss. Player 3? That's it. And the $2,000 clue? Answer. The other Daily Double. You're in second right now. What are you going to wager? Here is your clue. Orson Welles said, "The greatest Civil War film ever made was The General, starring and directed by this comedian." You've moved up to first place. Looks like you'll all be moving on to Final Jeopardy after this break. Now, Final Jeopardy coming right up right now with this category. Broadway. You need to select your wager. Now it's time for the Final Jeopardy clue, and here it is. The original 1994 Broadway cast of this musical, based on a film, featured Alan Oppenheimer as Cecil B. DeMille. Let's see your response. And that will lose you. Did you come up with the correct response? And this correct response will add how much to your score? Did you come up with the correct response? And that will lose you. This makes you our new champion, Player 1, so congratulations. We'll see you next time.